welcome everyone. Episode number 30 of ChatGDG with yet another amazing guest, Caroline. How are you?
Hi everyone. Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. So we're going to be spending the next hour chit-chatting a little bit about you. Guess what? So for
Yay!
the people that don't know you, would you mind to introduce yourself?
Sure. You probably see my name. So my name is Caroline, and I work as a junior developer for a real estate company. I build internal systems for them. So that's pretty much what I do. So I guess that's a short intro about who I am.
Yeah, okay. But you've been modest because okay, that's the in a
Yeah.
nutshell. But you also are a tech enthusiast. You
Yes.
have a social media
Yeah.
presence, which is pretty good actually, right? So you like that kind of aspect, I guess. And last but
Yes.
not least, you are also one of the mentors of the last cohort of GDG Academy. So we'll be talking about
Yes.
that too.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of stuff that I do besides my job, which that's something to in tech that you can do. Like you don't have to just do your job. You
Mm.
can do a lot of stuff in your free time that involves tech as well. So that's pretty fun. Not every job that you do, you can actually do things that you love as well on your free time with it.
A really good
So
point. So let's start from the beginning. Like,
yeah.
what was and when that happened that you said, okay, tech is interesting. This kind of field is interesting.
So I guess like 2 years ago, I was just working in a restaurant. I was just like a waitress. I was um I was really young, like as well, like just came from Brazil to just like get a better future here in UK, and I was just really lost. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and then my boyfriend was interested in tech, and he was talking with me about it, and I was like,
Shout out to Rafael.
yeah, shout out for him. And he was telling me about it, and then I was like, "This sounds interesting. Maybe I should see into it." And then I saw some online courses about web development, and I started doing them. And I was like, this is kind of fun." Like I started doing some small projects, and I was like, I'm actually really good. And um,
Okay.
and then I applied for a boot camp, and then I studied for like 13 weeks. And then after around 1 2 months, I found the job that I have. So that's like what happened. So
Well,
in a very short story
yeah,
as well.
but it's pretty good. So from being a waiter, now
Yeah.
you work as a junior software engineer for a company. Like it's pretty good,
Yeah.
right? So I think your life really changed.
Yeah, I changed from here to like here, very differently. Like I was nothing. I didn't know what I want to do. I was
Mm.
lost to just have a job in tech, start helping others to get a job in tech in just like 2 years. So that's really exciting.
Yes, it is exciting, and also, your career can only go up from here, which is
Exactly.
also exciting. So you are more of a what do you do? More of a front endy front or what's
Yes.
the
So it's we I kind of like built internal systems for the users at the Arch company. So for example, we build the interface, or we use like the database and try to fix the database for them, because they are a pretty new company. So everything that they have, they do in Excel files,
gotcha.
and they don't have an interface for anything. They don't have a tracking system. So what we are building is literally the platform for them.
Okay, this is kind of exciting if you ask me, right? So where
Yeah.
you really
Yeah.
I know the situation technologically wise is not the best, but that's also exciting because okay, there is a lot that
Yeah,
you
no.
you can do.
No, exactly. You do a bit of everything. Like you use SQL scripts to fix things. You create the front end. You look at the back end, and you create API requests. You do a lot of things. So it's kind of like exciting that you don't get stuck in just one part of the job. So you do a little bit of everything, and then the users also interact with it. So you also get a lot of skills in communication, and also to improve like how to understand users. That is actually a very important thing to create better apps. So it's actually pretty good.
Interesting. So let me guess, you have to deal with at least some of the stakeholders that you have to
Yes.
deal with are, let me guess, non-technical people, right?
Not at all.
Not
Not
at
at
all,
all.
right? So this
It's
is always
it's a challenge.
is a challenge, right? Like most of these companies, at least you are like Google or something. Clearly, some of these stakeholders, especially the most senior one, right? They are not technical people. So one of the skills that you need to hone really a little bit more, it's like how can you convey to someone who's not technical a technical topic, or
Yeah.
try to explain. So how do you find this challenge?
I guess you have to. I think the one of the biggest skills that you have is patience.
Yeah.
You have to have patience with them, because sometimes you explain something because in your mind makes sense because you are a technical person, but for them it was just like you were speaking a different language. So you need to explain to them in a point of view like, how can I explain this in a simple way to make sense to them, because they don't know any technical words or like you or anything related to what you're doing in the background. So you have to have a lot of patience with them, and understand that like if they don't understand you, it's okay. They That's not their job. So it's your job to actually explain to them, and get to the point of how you're gonna build and make their life easier.
Something that I found that is working quite well is try to find some analogies, right? So
Yes.
trying to that's this is one that I think I've told a couple of times already in this podcast. But for example, it's not necessarily easy to explain to some non-technical stakeholder the concept of a tech debt. Every company, every engineering teams, at some point they are going to have tech debt. I can guarantee you that it's impossible that this is not going to happen. So, tech debt for a non-technical person is like, why do I need to waste time? No, why? Sorry, even better. Why can't have I the new feature after new feature after new feature? We got to sometimes stop for a second and work on our fundamentals. So the analogy that I used a couple of times is like, so tech debt is like sleep. So if you don't sleep, in theory, you can work more because maybe you can work those 6 to 7 hours or 8 hours. Instead of sleeping, you can be working, which is great.
Yep.
So you've got 8 more hours. But then if you don't sleep for 1 or 2 nights, then productivity goes downhill. This is sleep. So tech debt is stop for a second, rest, sleep, work on heal your body, if that makes sense. And
You have to
then,
have 8 hours of sleep.
yeah,
Like you have to. So
yeah, that's not an option. So
yeah,
yeah, this is
analogous.
super important. Yeah. So another quick question, because I'm curious. There was any specific challenge that you've encountered in this? Was like 2 years, 1 year? How long have you been working with this company?
Uh it's been I think 1 year and 9 months, like
Okay,
almost 2 years.
almost 2 years. Let's say 2 years, just to round
Yeah.
this up. There was any specific challenge that you've encountered that was pretty tough, or something that you say, "Oh wow, this is complicated."
Um I guess I think one of the hardest challenges is accepting that it's okay to do things wrong. For a long time, I was always anxious to, I cannot do anything wrong. I cannot do mistakes. I cannot,
Mm.
if I have to do everything perfect. And that is a wrong concept, especially if you're a junior. Like, if a company is hiring juniors, they don't expect them to be perfect. They expect them to do mistakes because that's how you learn. And I think that was one of the hardest part of for me, is just to accept that you can do mistakes and it's okay to fail, and you will have people to help you. So you're not alone. You're not alone doing a project. You're not alone building a future. You will have people that will help you, and it's okay if it doesn't go right in the first try. you you can build better things later. So I think that was one of the challenges that I had to accept when I started in tech, because I think, especially since I don't have any background in tech, like a degree or anything,
Mm.
I always felt I was behind everyone else. I was felt that I was not good enough. So I needed to be perfect all the time. So
Ah, okay, gotcha. I was a little bit. You put a lot of pressure on your shoulders,
yeah.
pretty much.
So
Interesting.
after that, after I accepted that it's okay, and I have my team with me, that they will help me and they will work together with me, then you actually get better at your job because you're not that stressed anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, failure is not just. You should not just be accepting that failure is normal. If you don't fail, you will never grow. So people
Exactly.
who can't accept failure, they stay at the same level. There is no way that you are gonna get better at anything if you don't fail, because right, that is the out of the comfort zone. Just grow as a person, as a professional
Yeah.
as well. And another very interesting point that you touch upon was like the team. This job. So I think that there might be some misconceptions out there for the people that perhaps are not in tech, or maybe they might want to explore this field. 98% of the time, this job is a team-based job. So forget about what you see at the cinema, that there is the super skilled engineer that is like in the
Just
basement.
one.
Just one is hacking the whole world. Just this one person. Every company, oftentimes, always, pretty much always, almost all the times, you will be working in a team with different people, with different seniority levels, and with different skills, right? That's why what you said, that you are more of a full stack. Maybe you do a little bit
Yeah.
of both. But for example, what about mobile? Maybe if you want to have, just saying, an app native, you need someone who knows either Android or iOS. Or if you want to go native, or what about if you want to plug some data, right? AI and data now is super big. You need a data science in the team. So kind of like different skill set working towards a common goal,
Yeah.
pretty
Exactly.
much. How is
Exactly.
the, if I can ask another question, because I'm curious, how are the teams structure at the Arch company? Like, is how many people are
We
in?
are a small team, really small. we we have 3 juniors, including me, and then we have 3 seniors,
Hmm.
the and our manager, and we also have one lead project manager and pro- 2 more project managers. So like 3 in total, but one is just the lead,
Hmm.
and then the CTO.
Okay, so this is a very, of course. So I think it's just is one team, or are
Yeah,
you
it's
not
just one.
split in different teams?
We also, oh, I forgot. We also have, I completely forgot, sorry.
Hmm.
We also have a QA, and we also have uh, one data engineer, and one data engineer that is not part of our team, is a different team for the finance. Sorry, they are also everyone part of the tech team, but they work for different things. So
Okay, that
the
makes sense.
engineering team is just what I told you before, and then we have QA, and data engineers.
Okay, so you will speak at least with other 5 to 6 other technical people, right? Which is
Yeah,
pretty important to yeah, have, discussions, I think throw different ideas to the table,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty
yeah,
pretty
you can speak freely with anyone. Like they're very supportive.
Yeah, okay. And then let me guess, the senior engineers maybe are the one who spend most time reviewing the PRs, right? Trying
Yes.
to okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
that makes sense. So you are getting the, mentorship from these more senior people.
Yes,
Right.
definitely.
Nice.
I do have one favorite senior.
Aha.
If
Spoiler
we,
alert. Spoiler
yeah,
alert.
he's very good, and he's kind of like uh our mentor. Me and my other friend, my is she's another junior as well,
Mm,
and we always ask him everything. Like we really like him. The way he explains things are very easy. He also gives a lot of help with other things apart from the job, because like being if a mentor, it doesn't, even if you find a mentor in your job, it doesn't mean like you can only ask questions about your job into this. Like you can ask more questions about tech, or how does things work, like salary base, how to like question or have how to you have like you can ask different questions, and that's pretty fun. And this senior in specific, he's really good. I'm not sure if he's gonna watch this, but his name is Adrian. He's really good on what he does, and
shout out to Adrian. Well
shout out
done.
for him.
Now let me guess, because this is another perhaps sometimes a misconception, that in order to be a mentor of any kind, yes, of course you need to know what you're talking about. Clearly you want to at least convey the right informations, but perhaps it's more important to have certain skill set which is more to do with the soft skills, right? Because
Yes,
sometimes you can find someone who's super savvy technically, but perhaps that person is not that good at explaining, doesn't have the
exactly.
patience. That's also
Yeah.
key, right?
Yeah. So I guess in my head, seeing from him, like I tried to mirror him,
Yeah.
because he's a very good example of a good mentor. Is that he has always patience and time. Like even because he's always busy. He's a senior developer. He always has tons of meetings and stuff like that. But he cares about improving uh, other developers, because at the end of the day, if you improve one junior, that means less work for you. So it's kind of like back and forth. So uh, he always have time. He always have patience. He tries to explain. If you say that you don't understand, he goes in a very easier way to explain how something works. He's very open to ask questions about how you can improve your communication skills, how to improve your, when you ask when you're in an interview skills, or when you're interview skills and you want to talk about salary, and you need to have good skills to get a better salary. That's how people get.
Negotiation, yeah, you need
Yeah, exactly. That's the word I was missing. And he's open to any questions regarding anything that can improve your life as a developer. So I think if I want to be a good mentor, I I need to be open to, even if I don't know something, to search and try to find the answer, because that's what he does. Sometimes he doesn't know something,
of
and
course.
he comes back with the answer next time we talk. So I think putting that effort is like the essential skill to be a good mentor.
Which is, by the way, is totally fine. As a mentor, to you should you're not supposed to know everything. It's
Yeah,
absolutely fine if someone asks you a question. It's like, I have no idea. Fair enough, but give me some time. I will do my
and we'll find
research
out.
and I will get back to you.
Yeah,
Perfectly valid
exactly.
answer. This is something that I had some years ago. I was anxious that now that I'm more senior, I need to know anything, everything, and no, it's impossible, right? So it just just be
Yeah.
kind and take your time and be honest instead of bullshitting people with making up the answer just because you
Yeah.
have to.
You
Doesn't
wanted
make
to look
sense.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, true. But you have no idea how many people, right? They quote unquote suffer from this thing. Like, yes, I'm supposed to know. So they are really, I'm not saying lying, but maybe they are trying to make things up in a way that makes sense instead of be sure. And there is nothing wrong in saying, "Yeah, I don't know. Give me some time, and I'll get back to you."
Yeah, exactly.
Perfectly,
Totally agree.
perfectly normal. So we've been talking about mentorship, if you will, for a little while. Now, as I often do, where is Tadan? We change the logo,
Yay.
the academy. So now we can finally say to the public how me and you we met, if that makes sense. So that was through the Discord, if I'm not mistaken. The very first time that you message that me and you we message was through
Yes.
the Google
But
Discord.
actually, you're wrong. I met you on a CDD event, and I was just attending just because I was interested in the event, the one that we have every year, the Dead Fest.
Okay,
I met you in a Dead Fest
was like
long,
last year. Was like the
yeah,
December
not
last.
this one, the before one.
Ah, wow! So it's like December 2022, wasn't it? That you
Yes.
say. Okay, okay. You really caught me off guard. Damn it. Okay, I should have for some reason.
It's okay. At the time that we spoke, I actually didn't really speak much with you. It was more Raf that spoke with you, so
Okay,
maybe you remember him more than me. I was just
okay,
like
that can be
there.
just there,
Yeah.
as a background. Hello, I'm
Yeah.
here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm also here.
I'm also here. Okay, nice. For no, for some reason I missed that. What I didn't miss, so thank you for reminding me that. Which because by the way, the last two DEFs both were at King's College, so the location was exactly the same for the
Yeah.
past 2 years. But then I remember very well. So let's say recently, let's put it that way, right? We met, let's say in a more um formal way or
Formal
something.
way, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Through Discord, because I think if I
Yeah.
remember correctly, you were like asking around, like what's about all
Yeah.
these events and conferences and whatnot
Yeah,
in
exactly.
London.
So, I'm also a woman tech makers and,
Ambassador,
yeah,
which
ambassador.
we have here also. Yeah.
Yay! Nice. Um, and, we have a lot of meetings, and they always, like, push us to be speakers and stuff like that. But to be fair, I felt I was not ready to be a speaker yet, and I just wanted to help in different ways. So they told me to look into who is like who manages the GDG here in UK to ask them if they need volunteers or anything like that. So that's how I got in contact with you because I just wanted to do more, but not be a speaker yet because at the Woman Tech Makers, uh, they really like get excited for you to speak about stuff that you like and stuff like that. But I felt that I wasn't ready, but I
Mhm.
still wanted to help anyway.
Yeah, of course. And there are of course different, ways in which you can help. And by start helping, then
Mhm.
clearly the next step is maybe start to give some talks and
Yeah,
be
yeah.
more
I still have to get way better at presenting and I'm really scared of talking with a lot of people. So that will like is I have to do like baby
Me
steps.
too.
So
Me too. Trust me.
it
It's
doesn't
really a
look like
skill. It's a skill. It takes ages. You have no idea. People have no idea if they see someone be relatively confident. Ah, okay, this person is super skilled. No, I'm really
you're in
not, and
shape.
I'm sure that many other people are
Yeah.
not. It takes years, literally years, to be confident, to be there, to be on point, to not be scared. So you are for sure not alone in that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So women tech maker. So I'm a women tech maker ambassador as well. So kudos to us because it's a very good cause, very good group, right? So which is
Yeah.
pretty nice. And then I think we got in touch through Discord, and then yeah, I don't know why I just invited you, not just only to show up to the events and you can perhaps help there, but also, hey, I've got this. Ta-da, let's change back to the academy. I've got this project initiative called GDG Academy, which is pretty much is a mentorship program slash community for now for university students. They so people that clearly they want to get into tech, and try to help them, right? So in order to try to bridge the gap between academic knowledge and real world experience. So I was back then on the hunt in terms of I really need a lot of mentors, because the more mentors that I have, the more people, the more students that I can help.
Mhm.
And yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I almost quite soon I ask you, hey, given that you are a software engineer, you are currently working as a software engineer, why don't you help me along with many other people on these initiatives? And you very bravely you said yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny because in my head I always felt that to be a mentor you should have, I don't know, years of experience, and you should uh as you said, know everything. So I was really surprised to get the invite, and after we spoke and you said that you still have value and you still have your experience, and that's important. And I felt, why not? Let's try. Let's see how it goes. And then I accepted, and it was really fun. Like, I'm really happy that you invited me. It was a very great opportunity.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. And this is another, I think, important point, right? So all the mentors, of course, as you know, among all the 30 something, 32, 3 mentors of the last cohort, there are different, there are principal engineers, engineering managers, but also people, for example, like yourself, more on the junior side, which doesn't mean that you are not as good as mentor as a principal engineer. This is not a competition about who's better. Is about what can you bring to the table, and the angle that you can cover is for sure different, but by no means less valuable than some other, maybe people like myself and many others who we've been doing this for decades or many years, and we are old, as you see. But you are much closer, for example, to the age of the students, for no, so the experience that you have is much closer to them, if that makes sense, instead of when I started 20 years back was a different world. The field was completely different. So I can bring
Yeah,
something else, but what you
yeah.
bring is of course very valuable.
The fresh is like the freshness of how getting to tech, and it was really surprising because I thought I was still insecure even though I applied, and I thought that no one was going to choose me anyway. I was going to be like,
The only
uh,
mentor without any
yeah,
mentors.
I, 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 I truly felt that I was not gonna be chose by anyone, or people were not interested
Hmm.
in what I was going to say to them. But I was completely wrong. Like, two people actually chose me, and it was really cool. Like, I spoke to them, and they were actually really interested in what I was saying. So it felt really rewarding to actually help someone. It was really cool.
That's why we do that. So let's start from the beginning because this is super interesting. So I invite you over in the program. So you said, okay, why not? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's take this leap of faith because this is what
Yeah.
it was. And then we started it. If you remember, there was this kind of big kickoff meeting that we had in Imperial College, where
Yeah.
I I did the intro of the program and anything and everything. But then I asked of the mentors, all of you folks, to come on stage, yeah, in front of all the people and introduce yourself.
Yeah.
And so how, because that, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that was a key moment for you because what you said a few minutes prior, that still is a very scary feeling, be in front of the, well, I don't know, 50, 60 people. I don't
Yeah.
remember how many, but I think that you've done pretty quite well. So I'm curious your experience from your point of view.
You're nice because I okay, I still put a lot of pressure on myself because I'm not good at presenting, but I had fun. But yeah, I remember forgetting what I wanted to say and saying things that didn't really connect, but and then repeating the same stuff over and over again. I remember saying that, "Oh, you should understand that because I'm a junior, I do mistakes." And can show you how to improve those mistakes. Like, I kept those mistake
Hmm.
stuff over and over, but I guess, like, because of that, it made sense to them because they are students. So obviously they like, oh, maybe a mistake that she had, I can learn from it. So I guess it worked at the end. But I remember the last part that we had like a microphone and I gave to
Yeah.
someone else instead of you. So
Okay, that's
that's
fine.
the
I
type
remember.
of nervous I was. Like, I was just like, I don't know where to go.
Okay.
But it worked out in at the end, so I'm
But
happy
then
for it.
how you felt at the end? Because of course, clearly, it was your first, I think, or one of the first time that you were in front, not at four or five, colleagues, but I get proper
Y-
audience, right? But I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is like breaking the ice.
Yes, yes. You so like people laughed and everyone was like understood what I was trying to say at the end. So it was nice. Like, people went talk with me, and everyone was really like great and welcoming.
Hmm.
So even though in my head it didn't work as well as I wanted to be, it actually went pretty great at the end.
Yeah, and hopefully that gave you the confidence to do more. And of course, because
Yes.
the more that you do, the better that you will get. There is no other way. There is
Yeah.
no other way. You should be doing that 70 million times, and each
Yeah.
time, each of these in each of these instances, you'll get slowly and gradually more better and better and better until that you will will become pretty natural
Yeah. I'm
for
not gonna
yeah.
stop
Yes.
presenting or wanting
Okay.
to present, so don't worry.
We open
Just
the Pandora box. Okay.
yes. Maybe anytime soon I'm also gonna apply to be a speaker. Who knows? Who knows?
That can be, the next level. And don't want to put pressure on you and saying the next event, but it's fine. Especially um if I can recommend, I understand that it might be a little bit daunting or scary to be the only speaker or one of the two speakers at a, let's say, meetup, because lots of pressure, just me or just me and another person. But for example, in bigger events like such a DevFest, if you remember, DevFest is an event that lasts the whole day. There are different tracks, so there
Yeah,
are even 20 minutes. So that can be more of, let's start there, because you are at that point, you will be one of many. So
yeah,
you hopefully you will feel a little bit less pressure,
yeah, definitely. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I
maybe.
still have to think of like a topic. Like, what can I say to all these people?
Hmm.
So, what can I say that is actually interesting? Because like I could talk about my experience and stuff like that, but I I want to talk something a little bit more cool than
Hmm.
just my experience in tech. So I have to think about it.
Okay. Yeah. Take your time, but the most important thing that you did a breakthrough. So you've done it once, you saw that
I
it's
can do it
possible.
again.
It's not as bad or as terrible or as scary as you were thinking. So now it's fine. You're gonna get better at. So and then as soon as we wrap that up, you had your, I think, two mentees.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
I had
and
to.
you've booked the calls, the one-to-one calls with them. So, and how did it go?
Um, with one of them, it went really, really well. Like, she asked a ton of questions. She took notes of things that I asked, and she also took action of things that she could do better. So it was really nice. So I do believe I really helped her somehow. But the other mentee uh, didn't had as many questions,
Mhm.
and I didn't know how to uh, like what to do. Like if you don't have as
Yeah,
many
I know.
questions,
Yes.
so that that day that we have the event with completely forgot her name, but for the mentors to how to
Yeah,
be a better mentor.
Bahar. Yes.
Her shout out for her. It was a really good
Yeah.
event. I understood like that sometimes they're shy or they might not know exactly what they want. So you also have to ask the right questions to them of what do you want to get from this? What is your purpose and stuff like that. So uh, for my next mentees, I will work on that point. So if sometimes they don't have as many questions as someone else, I'm gonna try to take them take the questions out of them. So
Exactly. Take the lead a little bit more, start
yeah,
to asking questions, start to be, you the one who, talks a
yeah,
little bit more,
exactly,
and then they, yeah, that's pretty good point. Many of the students or the mentees, everyone is different at the end of the day.
exactly.
There are very organized people. I've done it. This is my second year doing this, so I had like a bunch of mentees. So some of them are super organized, coming with like 20 questions, taking notes. Like, wow, that's incredible. Some other people are more,
Chilled.
easygoing, chilled. They are
Yeah,
there. So you need to. It's up to you. So one of the skills that you should try to learn is like how to navigate like different scenarios and how to deal with different people.
yeah, and that's a very good way of having that experience to be a mentor, because
Yeah, yeah,
you're gonna get, as you said, a lot of different people, and that they come from different backgrounds. They have different lives, so and different uh like goals as well. So sometimes you think, oh, I'm gonna help us as a junior developer. I'm gonna help this way, but then this person actually needs with help with something else that you also have experience. So it's not just one
yeah,
thing that you can focus. It's like different things.
yeah, and bringing different point of views and
Exactly.
different angles, which is.
Yeah.
quite important. So how you were saying about the last event that we had, it was like mentors only. So we had a
Yeah.
little event, it was like 15 of us or something. At my company, I think I was hosting there. It was pretty
Yeah.
interesting, right? Because we tried to get better as mentors, right? So it was
Yeah.
Pahar, once again, shout out to her. She came down all the way from Lincoln, and she gave a
Yeah.
very informative session about how to deal with, I mean, students. How can you improve your coaching abilities, mentorship abilities? And that was, yeah, that
Yes.
was pretty interesting, right? I hopefully you got a lot from there.
Yeah, I took a lot of notes because
Okay.
uh her talk was actually really inspiring because sometimes you just think, oh, you I can only be a mentor if this way. And she
Mm,
told us that for every type of person, you will be a different mentor. And I
yeah.
didn't really think of that. Like I was just like, this is what I have to offer, take it or leave it in a way.
Yeah.
But she
Okay.
explained it on more like, no, you have to do this and you have to get better communicating with them because, as I said before, they are different, they are shy, they're lost. I was lost, and probably I wouldn't know how to uh, do questions as well, and
Mm.
I have to understand that point of view as well. So it was really great to actually, yeah, that's right. I have to remember their point of view.
Yeah.
So it was really good.
Yeah. Nice one. Hopefully, we're going to do more of these because those are quite helpful and interesting for
Hope
all
to
of
get
us.
invited again.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. As you know, I when I organize these, I invite all the mentors of that cohort. So if people are free, they are more than welcome to attend. So yes, you will
Perfect.
get invited in the future as well. Don't worry. Okay, so the academy, pretty good experience. Nice one. Glad to hear that and glad to have you on the roster, which is good. Next cohort is in October. So I'll be I need very soon. I need to start to you know set
Organize
them up.
that as well.
Yes. Okay. We'll see. We'll see about that. But now, so let's get back to the GDG logo. So what? Another big part, I think, of what you do is like uh, we we b- we briefly mentioned during our your intro that you also have start to having this social media presence
Yes.
English.
So I started um last year. Also, like it's almost like a year that I started like posting because I just felt like I could do more. Like I could help people that are in the same boat as me. They don't know what the good resources out there, or when I started, I just bought the first course that I saw it. I didn't
Hmm.
really do much research because I thought, yeah, they say this is good, I'm gonna do it. And there's a ton of resources, a ton of YouTube videos, and ton of other stuff out there that you might not get access if people don't really search for the title or stuff like that. So I just wanted to like share the things I saw it and found interesting to like everyone. Like you should check this at website. You should see the this video is really good for this, or there is a book that can explain things really easy for you. So I just want to like to share stuff so people can see it, and especially on social media, like you will see a lot of stuff there, and why not see something actually useful? So
For once, for once, and
yes.
not just TikTok dance and okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and also like to motivate people, like because when I started just with like a simple computer, and
Hmm.
now I have a full setup, like, and with a lot of stuff, cool stuff that you can add, and you can get that as well. Like you can start from the bottom and have a ton of cool things and be part of cool things, because I thought when I started the tech, you would only do your job. I'm gonna get the job of my dreams and I gonna
Mhm.
get million of pounds, and it's not like that. And it's different. And you,
Not
yeah, it's,
quite.
yeah, exactly. And you can be part of tech in different ways. Like, you can be a mentor, you can participate in events, you can help other people by social media, you can do so much stuff. Like, you can start like a YouTube channel and do a series of coding. You can do so many things to be in tech. You don't necessarily just need a job to be in tech. You can do just whole of other things. That means that you are in tech. You can, being in tech is just like learning
Mm.
and using technologies. It is not just getting a job. So that's what I wanted to do. Like, I wanted to tell people to just like try it out. You can do it for yourself as well. If I did, you can do it.
And you've been doing that quite successfully, if you ask me. It's been just only a year, and you've amassed a pretty good,
Yeah.
following. So well done. You must have
Thank
done
you.
something good, right?
Thank
Otherwise,
you.
so which is good, which is great. I saw a couple of your videos, especially the one there was like a couple of unboxing one. You were like unboxing like
Yeah.
the new keyboard or something.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
I do that's a good thing of being part of social media, is that you get to try a lot of tech gadgets. So like, you get to try keyboards, you get to try cameras, microphones, and that's really cool. Like, I, as someone who was not interested at all in being in tech, to get all those things, I feel really, really, really happy to actually like, wow, I'm important. Like, people are giving me stuff, so that's so cool.
Ah, okay. So maybe I missed something. So someone is sending over these things for you to try out.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, okay, so you are way more successful than me. Well done. No one is sending me anything ever. So
But you just have to do videos. I
yeah.
started doing videos of my own stuff. I
Hmm.
started doing the things I have and I bought myself. And
Yeah.
then they like, do you want to try this out? And they're like, and I, yes. So you have to start from the things that you have first to get to the point of receiving things. So if you start doing your videos now, I'm pretty sure you, in a in a few months, weeks
Okay.
even, you get stuff for free.
All right. It's fine. I don't need stuff for free, but it was pretty interesting, especially because once again you've been doing that for not that long, and I think you've done something like pretty good. Question for you. So how come that you are scared or you feel shy talking in front of 60 people, but you are not shy, quote unquote, either talking, I'm not saying front because it's not the same, but
Yeah.
with the following that you have, anything that you post in theory potentially can be seen by thousands of people. So what's the difference?
Um, I don't know. I guess it's because I don't see their faces.
Yeah, yeah.
When you're in front of presenting to people in
Mhm.
person, you are able to see if they're bored, if they're like confused, or if they're just like, what the hell is this person talking about? So you get the feeling of being judged.
Yeah,
Like, you
okay.
see their eyes on you, and that's scary. With social media, you might see some hate comments, but you just have to scroll,
Mm,
like swipe and delete that comment, and your life is good again. So
that's it.
yeah,
Just a
of
little bit.
course, like,
Mhm.
there is like a there's also like a problem of like people judging you on the internet, but I guess it's a different feeling and a different thing of being in person.
Okay.
So
But also, you feel that you've got on the other end a responsibility, right? Because once again, by having several hundreds of people potentially reading what you
yeah,
write or watching what you post, there is a sense of
yeah,
responsibility. You know what I mean? Is
yeah, exactly. And you also have to be careful because a lot of people might disagree with you and start like a loophole of no, you're wrong and no, I'm right. So you just have to like understand when to stop and like just move on with this type of things. And yeah, like you also need to be careful what you say. Like sometimes you might people might not understand your point of view, so you just need to like I try to do scripts
okay.
to like what should I say or how should I say things. The only thing that of course there's no script is when I'm streaming and like there's no filter on that, like, and you just say whatever, just like a podcast right now. So
Yeah.
you have to think a little bit of what you will say to others, but I guess that's natural.
Interesting streaming. So, once again, correct me if I'm wrong. So, you are active on like Twitter and Instagram. Is that correct? In terms of posting things, but also
Yeah.
you probably want to get more active on like YouTube and Twitch.
Yes, exactly. So
Okay.
I started off with Instagram only, and then I also at the same time I did Instagram and Twitter. That's why they are my where I have the biggest following, is because I started with them, and then I tried doing TikTok, but then I had to delete my account and do a new account, and it's been a bit
Why?
dead.
Why did you?
Because when I did my account, it was with uh like Brazilian region, the Brazil region, like
I
I
see.
was from
Okay.
Brazil,
Yeah.
and I couldn't change that because once you open your account, they take the region from where you open it.
Ah, you didn't know. Okay.
So you're not able to change it to, for example, a country that pays TikTok. So if you're not in the UK or in the US, you cannot change to those countries because TikTok pays those people,
Hmm.
and they kind of block you from getting an account from those regions because of that. So I had to
Interesting. I
delete
didn't
my
know.
account. Yeah. I didn't know it either because I tried to change it, but I couldn't. So I had to delete my account and try again. And it's been a bit dead because you over there you have to post it daily to get some
Yeah.
attention, and I don't have the time right now. But and then this year I started YouTube and Twitch, and that's what I'm trying to do more. But also you need the time to do those,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna be honest, like you need to be very organized, and I only organize with my work because I get paid for it.
Sure.
Like when you because you have the pressure of maybe I'm gonna lose my job. So I'm very organized on my work, but because I'm not gonna lose anything with my life in thesis, like I
Yeah.
don't lose money. I'm actually losing money because I could earn money with those things, but it's not my main form of receiving money and stuff like that. I tend to get a bit lazy and not be that organized to create content and create videos and stuff like that. So I'm doing slowly, but one day I'm gonna be more organized on those stuff as well and do stuff daily too on those platforms.
It's much more time consuming, especially like thinking about a video,
Yeah,
recording a video is people have no idea how time consuming that is.
yeah. And you also have to sometimes if you're picky and the light is wrong and you're like, oh no, I'm gonna have to film it again. And like and you have to think about captions now we have kind of like AI to do those, but
Yeah.
still you have to review it
Yep.
because it's especially because I'm not a native in English. Sometimes AI doesn't understand exactly what I said, so
Yeah.
I
Same.
have to do my own. I have to do my own captions and stuff like that, and it takes a lot of time. So it
Yeah.
is
Well
really time
done.
consuming.
So are you during your streaming? So not because there are is actually there are two very different things. So to create a video, you can create a video about whatever you want, but that
Mhm.
is more let's create a pretty video. So maybe as you said,
Yeah,
the lighting was not good. Let's try to reshoot it. Or maybe let's try to edit it. Let's try to adjust it. Let's try to make this video pretty. Okay, I'm happy with it and let's publish it. When you stream, that can be this podcast in a way because we are live, so there is no edit,
yeah,
whatsoever. Or when you stream on Twitch, which is even more because oftentimes when someone streams on Twitch is like can be 2, 3, 4, 6 hours, so it can really be a long format, right? So do you do you want to do slightly different content? Like when you stream, would you like to do some tutorial or learn
yeah.
with me kind of things?
So I have two. Right now, I have two types of stream. So one is just I study with me. So
Okay.
like everyone can study with me. Like on my stream itself, you can actually add your tasks and it will show up on my screen. And like we just get together to focus for 2 hours, and then on the breaks, because we use kind of like a Pomodoro timer, so on the breaks we talk and I answer questions from my from my chat. So it's just like focus and chats with me kind of stream.
Okay.
And then the second one that I started recently is to create something, but not necessarily coding. The first one that I did was to create some Notion templates that, because I want to get organized, you have to have the tools for it. So I just I just show things that I want to use that can be useful for you. So for example, I started with Notion templates. I am also gonna stream about how to on Twitch you have some emotes, like some kind of like emojis, but you
Hmm.
can create your own emojis.
Ah, yeah.
And I'm also gonna stream that to like people because I found this interesting and
Yep.
I would love to. So like I have to watch videos to know how to do those. So if you watch me, you're gonna do it together with me at the same time, and I'm gonna do mistakes, and you're gonna see what mistakes I do, and we will all learn together at the same time. So it's kind of like a stream of like we build something together,
Hmm.
and someone on the stream might know something that what I'm reading or seeing doesn't show. So it's kind of like we build stuff together, but it doesn't mean it will be coding, but it could be. But
Okay. And when you code, I think last question because we are almost out of time. This hour
oh.
really really flew by. When you did code, what do you usually code? Like side project or I don't know.
Yeah, so I I I try to focus a lot of front end, so I usually do coding projects that involve React. I was learning TypeScript, so I kind of was trying to switch some of my projects that I did to TypeScript to see how would I change those, how will
Mm.
impact the project itself. But now I'm really interested in learning Python, so I will be doing some projects with Python. I also want to learn about like machine learning,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
I would love to learn about TensorFlow.
Yep.
TensorFlow, sorry, that is a Google technology that is really cool, and that's some of the things that I'll be working on
Okay.
next.
So you are going to be busy, I
I'm
guess.
going to be busy.
Very
Yeah.
busy. There is lots of stuff. All right, that was pretty good. Actually, we've covered quite a lot of topics. So I would like to thank you for being for spent this hour with me talking about yourself and your experience.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, no,
It
no
was fun.
problem. Yes. So next time that I'll be seeing you is for sure next cohort of the academy, right? You'll be
Mhm.
once again joining as a mentor, which is one of the mentors, which is great. And also, hopefully, I'll see you soon at the next GDG event or Deaf Fest, or
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yes, thank you. That was the hint. Yes, tomorrow, by any chance, yes, you're going to have an event about cloud. So cloud and AI, super interesting. Two GDEs, Google Developer Experts, are going to give two very interesting talks at Skyscanner, because Skyscanner is kindly enough to host the event there. So I'm
Nice.
glad that you will be joining. So I'll see you tomorrow there.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Once again, Caroline, thank you, and see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.